So I've been making a tool in SynthEdit to assist me with my vocal practice, singing practice. And what it's going to do is it's going to detect, sort of show me, not detect, but show me where my pitch is. And I'll get into that. I'm not sure how many devlogs there are going to be for this. I'm hoping for just one. However, it might trail away. And of course, there's going to be enhancements and stuff, but bare bones right now. Hello world, this is JWP, J-Ward Primo Beats, coming to you live from my bedroom. For around 20 years, I've been mixing and mastering music, rapping, songwriting, recently started singing, along with everything else that goes with music production, such as graphic design and editing, photo editing, video editing. And for around 15 years, I've been using SynthEdit to make my own audio plugins. Check out my website, jwpsite.com, for my social links, latest news and updates, and public offerings. If you'd like to help support what I do, check out my GoFundMe, JWP Fund, or my PayPal, jwpmas@gmail.com. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, whatever makes you click are appreciated. Right, so building sort of out of necessity here, I'm starting a new project. And what did I say I was going to call this? Oh, I didn't even know. Audio pitch something? I gotta go look at my Twitch title. Then, oh, did I just do a new one? And then this guy. So for sure, I don't think it'll have an audio out. Maybe eventually it will. Like it could be a total trainer. I don't know. For now, it's just sort of a detector, a display kind of thing. So we'll sound in. And then the way this works is this is just going to go to like everywhere. So I'll start with some anchors, pylons. Some pylons happening here. And then, now that I have some pylons, let's make some space. That. And the way it operates, I guess I can use Butterworth. I mean, sync would probably be the best idea, but it would probably like create a lot of system usage just to like do some detection, but it should be fine. I'll try with bandpass first. And then the way this works is I have a bandpass for every sort of frequency. I got to figure out where my vocal range is though. So let's go ahead and take a look at my, oh, what's this called? Making a singing practice tool. That's just all I called it, eh? But there's like a, what do you call it, name for it? It's in here. Code name. Plugin dev. Audio note detector. Okay, so let's go. Audio note detector. I don't know what sort of line this will be part of. I guess audio note detector. Give that a quick save. Great place to get started, right? Okay, so let's go audio note detector. Audio note detector, and I need a BRB. That's my thing. Most of the things are out of the way now. I can get into this. I'm a little more focused here. Microphone is running. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, bandpass. Okay, so the thing I'm thinking about in order to do this, I gotta know which my range is. I mean, I was thinking that I could have separate ones, but really, what's the point if I could just switch the input, right? As far as like which notes are being targeted, I'm obviously gonna have to have a thing for width and poles. Stereo? Does it need to be stereo? I don't think it needs to be stereo. More modules, more load time, right? So first up is I need 12, but I should probably figure how I'm going to do this. Let's just go with it. I feel like I should have some bridges though, just to make stacking and stuff a little easier. Like, so I guess I don't really need both 1 and 2. Let's combine them, right? Let's go math, multiply that both into 1 times 0.5, and that cuts them in half. And then from there I want like this. Like, I don't have a lot of methodology for minimizing build time because I'm always usually in the thick of things. However, considering, I could probably do something like this. Right, and then for this next one, I probably want to volts again anyway. So this is different though. I think these are going to have to be individually, right? So I'll move on to width for now. I'm not sure width will need to be individual. Yeah, I think they will because notes spread out more, right? Like, as notes increase, the space between them kind of doubles. So I think what I want is sort of like a band EQ. My monitor keeps dropping out. And I've already had issues today of losing my stream completely, so I gotta keep an eye on my monitor. Okay, so just thinking about it, each note, and then I'll just calculate the spaces between notes. Could I do it with the other sort of math, right? Okay, so this is width. I'm gonna actually put it on here, width. My monitor still isn't responding. I don't know what's up with that. Like that. And then say, for instance, I go make this simple. I think it's volts. Is it by hertz? Hertz? Kilohertz? No, I don't want that. Let's go hertz. Hertz, right? Because these are hertz. Okay. And then I want octave to hertz. And then, for example, it'll just be easier for me to calculate. Instead of actually giving pitch values, I could just send volts values. And then in order to hit in between the notes, I can just send a nudged hertz value, right? So in order for that to work, I'll copy another one of these, what are they called? Pylons, right? I just want one. I don't know why it gave me two, where the second one actually came from. Okay, and then this interrupts them along with... No, this will just be a conversion over here. Like, it doesn't need to change, right? Like, this could even just be 1. And then here, I want multiply by. So if I have hertz to octaves... No, I want octave to hertz, right? So say 1, or I could actually say 0.8333, and then that's 1 note. All right, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's 1 note. And then I'll be hitting notes all the way up, but I want to nudge a couple octaves, right? So I'll do some of that later, but for now I'll get these other things happening. I think actually the multiplier has to be here, or before, right? Oops. Okay, so what does this mean? So 0.833, sort of an input. Say, for example, say list entry. Where's list entry? List entry. And I'll say list. And then... the list. Can you move over? Then the output here. So this here, I want choice and item list versus. Just thinking of how best to do this. So the bottom code is actually A, right? So in order to get to C, I have to bump down a couple times. and go into the negative. And that'll be the starting point, and then I'll bump up. So I think I need like a fixed value to get my negative started. And in order to do that as well, I'll go volts to MIDI, no, trigger to MIDI. And then I'll see what I got here. MIDI to CV2 is fine. Usually I don't like using it because of its limitations, but it's fine. And then I want voltmeter, and this gives me my pitch determination here. And then what do I want? So fixed value, I got to hit A. So it starts at A, and then we go, what is it, A? What's before A? G? So I want to step up, maybe. It'd be faster to just step up. Okay, so calculator, and then we go 12 notes divided by 10 octaves, or no, 1 octave divided by 12 notes. Okay, 0, 8, 3, 3, and then we go from A sharp, B. Is there a B sharp? There isn't, right? There isn't. Yeah, because when you look at a keyboard, B's on top and then it jumps to C. So A sharp, B, and then C. So I want to go like that times 2, I think. And that should give me a C. So let's drop that into here. And then I'll grab a, I don't even have like any real way to measure this stuff. Let's go conversion this, and I'll say hertz to octave. I need octave to hertz. I just want to see what's coming out of here because I can determine the note by the hertz value. Joules, voltmeter, that there. This input is this. No, that's gates. I want pitch, and then give me a gate of 1. Velocity doesn't matter. 1 volts to octave. It's fine. Save, run. What do we got here? 15 hertz. That's really like low. Let's see what FL Studio says in the span. What is 15 hertz? I can't see. Here we go. 15 hertz is, can't see. Okay, so let's add an octave to it because I can't see that low. No big deal, right? So I got what? Now what? Nothing? I gotta re-trigger it. I think the gate needs to close and open. 30. Okay, so what's 30.8? 30.8 is B. So I'm a little low. Why am I a little low? Got A sharp, B, C. Right on the money is 32.8. Okay. So I think it's like 3 notes. I'm not sure why. Maybe 0.8333. I don't know. Okay, so 1 divided by 12 is that, and then I'll go like that by 3. Is this 0.25? Okay, so I gotta turn this off first, and give me 2.5 here. 32.7. That's where I'm at. That's where I want to be. Okay, I'm just bouncing around here. 37? What? 32.7? Yes. 32.7 is wrong-ish here. There. 32.9. Where's my little zoomer guy here? Okay, zoom. 32 C0 somewhere. C1. 32.7. Yeah, I don't know what I was looking at. The decibel. I guess the hertz is over here. Okay. And then what's the actual number here? Like 32.07032. Okay. So this is my starting point, is 2.5. And that puts me at a C. Just thinking here. Because there's no point in like having super low octaves. It doesn't make sense to. How do I load things? So 2.5 is my starting. So that would be the fixed value, right? That would be the fixed value. And I think I need another anchor. Give me say this is signal. Okay, give me, I don't know what to call it right now. I'll just call it add, I guess, or something. Figure it out later. How much time do I got? I finally get into the lab and I'm all like revving up and I'm on a time limit. Okay. So this is 0.25. This pushes me into C. Now, there's no point in having such a low octave because I'll never hit those notes. Like, you'd have to be pretty much inhuman to hit a super bass note. Subsonic frequency? I mean, it's doable. I think whales do it, right? But for a subsonic frequency, it'd be like a tree. Okay, vocal therapy. Okay, so where are my notes? They are on C3. Okay, so what's the low here? C0. It says C0, but I think that's more like, what does it show? Give me a span here, because I have something here I can take advantage of. This. Okay, and then give me like this super low note that's probably not even going to be visible. Oh, it is kind of visible, it's just not a sign, right? I could switch it over for now. I just gotta remember not to save. So give me this, give me a sign. What are we looking at here? Yeah, we're like way down there. So that must be that, what's it called? 17. So C1 is that 30. What's this set to? Why is it under? It's still 192, whatever. I don't even really need audio. It's too bad that it's like crunchy and stuff, but whatever. Okay, so this is 0. That's the issue too, right? Because 0 is right here at A. E, F, G, A. A 0 is right here. And then C is 25. So I don't know what this is. This is like negative something. But I'm not going to be working with that. I'm going to be working with 025, which is here. Right? Okay, and then this is 125. And then this is 225. Okay, so I'm looking at 225 as a starting point. Okay, and then what do I call these then? I'll just say like, and as far like how high is it going to reach to? It should only reach maybe like 3 extra octaves. So 225, give me this 2. And this is what, C3, right? Is that what it says on the thing? Yes, okay, so they do corroborate with each other. What am I putting? So I'll say octave 3. Just for now, like I gotta figure out how things are going to be laid out, but I'm just doing a proof of concept right now. 5. Then for this side, I need to load the values in, because they're not actually going to be that stuff. I need a text entry here. My heater's starting to make me uncomfortably warm. I worry about it killing my stream, my system, my computer. Like, it's cold in this room, but it just seems like my computer is really picky. It's a balance between my body heat and the computer. And it just turned back on. Turned it off. Off. Thank you. Okay. And then, why do I keep grabbing these guys? Get out of here. Do I have one already? I do not. Text entry. So, text entry, and there, Okay, so these are the values that are actually being sent out, right? So I think it's just like 1, 2, 3, right? No, it's 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2, 2. Enter. Okay, so now that's being sent. I could double check that with a voltmeter. And then it'll add to this. I don't even think I need this, right? I just need to add the numbers there. Okay. This. No? Because it's a list. So do I have like a list to float or something? I don't have a list to anything, right? That's not a thing. Okay. So I think I require 2 of them then. No, I just need an L. Integer. Just thinking here. Use the least amount of modules, right, but make it actually functional. Because I can do a patch memory text and a patch memory integer. Is that what I want, though? Because I also want to load these in. So I'm pretty sure it'd be like a float. But that doesn't really work. I think it has to be like this. It's just like, this is so, how would you say? Not remedial. I don't even know what remedial means, but so simple that I'm overlooking, I'm making it more complex than it has to be. All right, so yeah, this is 225, right? And then I want 325, and then 425. Because I do want it to read in the readout the actual like names instead of, oh, but it won't, right? In order to do that, I need to put them here. So I'll say octave 1. Octave 3. Octave 4, octave 5. And I mean 5 is like Mariah Carey level. Okay, so 225, 325. That's sad that that's who I reference instead of like an opera singer or something. Okay, so I can connect these now because this has been updated. I don't need that. And now it'll pick between these 3s, and these 3 will go out here. Then at this point, they need to hit a math, right? Which is a multiply. I think that's why I had different things. Or I had a separate fixed value, so it would spread things out, right? So I want to take that 0.083 and then multiply it multiple times. And then it just makes it easier for me. And then it has to come through here first. So I'm just going to go with it. There's no use in trying to, I don't need that, I don't think. No use in trying to balk at the pathology of it. Of sort of the, how would you say, mental state flow. Over here, maybe. Whatever. Okay, let's go. Just trying to figure out how this works. So another fixed value, more modules, more load time. It's fine, it's a small project. And then this goes here. And then, yeah, say 0.083, I can't remember. So there was 0 there? There it is. Okay, so just to give me 1 divided by 12, give me that. I'll just toss that in here. And then I need 4 of these multipliers. And I'm just trying to figure out what is the best way to do all this, right? Because I don't even think this needs to be here. these can just be loaded with 0.083. And then I can just step through them, right? Okay, so yeah, let's do that instead. Let's drop all that. Drop all that, because I don't need a fixed value for that. The only reason I need this fixed value here is to hold those pins, otherwise it'll drop them. Oh, I don't want to copy yet. So we'll do 0, and obviously there's going to be a multiply by 1. It's 0, right? Because we still want this C. And then so copying, copying, copying. And then this is multiplied by 1, so that brings in the 8. And then this is 2, that makes it 25, I think, or whatever. And then here is 3. Right, and then these have to go through the converter. I don't think I need this yet. I'll just detach it for no specific reason. Okay, so octaves to hertz, and then this combines here, and then this combines here, right? That's my starting point. Oh, I can't combine with floats, annoyingly enough. And then this is, I need that value. So I'll need this first then. And these containers just truncate anyways on a build, so I'll just multiply like that and like that. And then I'll grab all this stuff, bring it down, bring this up because it's just dirty. Like that, over here. Okay, and then how can I tidy this up? Maybe like this, and like this. And this guy goes up here like that. I feel like maybe they should stack vertically like this so I can fit more in one space. And then this guy gets plugged in here. And that's my pitch algorithm, so to speak. Okay, but I don't need these yet. It's easier for me to delete these and copy this over and over. Okay, and then boom, boom. Might have almost been easier to do the same with the filters, and I wouldn't have to connect them, but I'm sure I'm doing a streamlined build as much as I can be right now. I also need a pole selectors thingy. I'm not sure how effective this is going to be across the notes, like the octaves and stuff, because different poles maybe need different widths. So that at least I got the width figured out. Not width, but slopes. So at least I got that bit figured out. Let's tighten this up, I guess. It's fine where it is it? This one forward. Can't take these guys back. It's fine. So width is also a different story as well. It's almost the same as these, right? But like I can have a multiplier for it. Which is I'll just use a wonderful knob guy here, knob B. And then this is a float patch. From here to here, and then what do I want? I'd almost prefer for these to be hertz at first, but then I'd have to convert things, right? Why does my monitor keep dropping out? Am I even streaming, or am I just talking to myself? That says I'm good, but my monitor isn't responding. Okay. Yep. Still good. Meow then. So width. I gotta do some conversion back and forth here. I think floats is the one with hertz, yeah. So floats, this is hertz to octave, and then I have to go back to octave, right? Hertz to what already is octave, and then it goes from octave back into hertz. So I can't reuse This, I have to have this completely separate row as well. I have to nudge it half a note to jump in between the notes, I think. Well, if it's sitting on the note and then the width is like that, I don't want to move it around. There's no point in moving it around. But I will still need another layer to make up for... Okay, so this is just in the way right now. I may need it again. Actually, no, I may need it again. I'll just keep it off to the side here and dump it later. Then, but yeah, there's no point because that's not how it works, right? The filter needs to sit right on the note, and then the width is just how wide that is between notes. And then poles is like the slope, right? Okay, let's tidy things up a little bit here. So this one's vertical, this one is not vertical. It comes down 1 over 2. And then down 1 over 1. Width is here. But the width does have to increase, I think, right? So I do need another one of these rows. And pitch is on top, so I'll put widths on the bottom. Then this also requires, let's cut that, drop that there. This comes out, and then I have hertz to volts, and then this comes into volts here. Right. And that gets multiplied and added with the multiplier, which is a whole note. Oh, I didn't do the numbers yet. Okay, so I'm going to do that. That would have been an oversight. I'd have to come back in and redo all these, but it's fine. So 1, 2, 2. In fact, I'd almost like maybe consider having an alternator of which kind is being sent, right? Because I need to figure out the widths. So what I'll do is a flow control here. No. Input output flow control. I thought I did flow control. Okay, so 2 to 1. First one being many to 1. First one being hertz, and the second one being volts. And then that goes here. Of course, this guy controls both. It can't. I could put a switch in here, I guess. Right. It's probably better than having 2. I think it's the same amount. I don't know. Boom and boom. And of course, I need a conversion to text. Float to text. Text readout. Somewhere. Text entry. Here, that's automatic decimal points, I think. Yes. This comes from where? Here. Need another choice. It's there. This is a value here. And value there. And then this guy alternates. I need a list to make the switching happen, and in list entry, this is octave type, so now I gotta say between these guys, they are, what is this? Hertz, like that, and octave. Volts, octave. That's what they say they are, so they might as well be. And then again, did I hit enter? I did, okay. And then hertz, octave. Here to there, and there. Okay, and then again, this needs to be hertz to octave. With a Z. Here to there. This is the list entry. Okay, this is the readout. I guess I need some titles and text entry. This is to be heading 3. And I'll call this readout type. Variable, readout type. Normal? I thought I put heading 3. Oh, I put heading 3 there. Okay, so I want this still normal because that's an entry. This is heading 3. I also need one called width. It doesn't really matter which one is which as long as they're in the right space. Okay, and then this guy again is in the way. I've got an extra volt for. I'm just gonna get rid of it, and then I'll probably need it again right away, right? Okay, so this is where I'm at here. What is this guy? Poles? Okay, so I need one called poles. Excuse me. A little more tidied here. And then I think I'm ready to push. Actually, I gotta connect these first, right? So that's the width. Why isn't accepting width? Wrong side. So B to width, B to width, B to width, and B to width. Okay, so this is where I hopefully made things easier for myself. It looks like I kind of didn't. I require one more of these. And then this one goes to like a pylon, and then actually it's an anchor, right? Because it's holding a place. Well, it's sort of a leader, I guess they're called. And this is the leader for these 4. Those are heading out there. And the signal leader. And then I can just get into copying this whole bit. That's 8 and 12, so I need a couple more of these. Like this. Oh, why did it only give me that? So from all this, and this. Copy, paste. And one more time. Oh, I don't have any GUI. Okay, so probably the most important part is having some GUI. So like an output, right? Okay. So let me get some GUI happening here. I'll go with a vertical bar, vector bar, opposed to the dB meter. And then I require, is it the float out, right? Is this the one with the whole conversion? I think it's like conversion volts to float. Conversion float to volts. I think it's in the DSP. Volts to float. Yeah, there it is. And I want it's dB peak, I think. Let's take a look at the prefab here for the decibel meter somewhere. Meter. peak meter. What does this look like? Give it a save before something happens. Volts to float. Volts to, oh, it's locked. More, no unlock. There it is. Okay, oh, I don't want to. Of course, since that it doesn't have any Windows tools, right, as far as switching windows. Okay, this is JWPPM. JWPPM. I guess 20 hertz, whatever. Let's go JWPPM, I guess. And then this is, let's go like 40 hertz at least, 60. Let's just crank it. I'll put a list entry here for that as well. I'm probably going to need a bridge for that. So let me get, what are they called? A leader. And then pylons, anchors. Oh, I need that. Okay. And then might as well just recreate the whole thing. It'll take more time to undo those volts than it will be to pop in a new one and get stuff passing through. Okay, and then this goes to, is this response update rate? Response is BPM. I guess I can have two and then just kind of like, I also need a title for that. So let's say update rate. Update rate, I didn't even spell it right. So for now, I can limit it later, but for now I can just have it access all of them. I need this as well. Access all of them as well. I'm going to need a leader. That's not a leader. This is just a pylon. And this is called response. Okay. And then I'll make this the leader. Copy this guy. And this is the anchor. Response. Actually, I think that's right. Right, update rate. Then I need another one of those. Just stack them here. This guy on top. This is a response. So it's like that. That. And these are the leaders. Let's get them down here somewhere. Okay, so I feel like everything has to shift down. Or should I just build the GUI on the bottom side? I'm already building the GUI on the bottom side, so let's keep going with that, I guess. This, what is this stuff? That. I feel like I want these meters sort of hugging underneath the schematic, because I'll probably be looking at them more going forward right now than I will be these other things. Let's tidy this up a little bit. Get things more in line. Perfect right angle happening here. Okay, and then this can go, I don't need that anymore. And here is the volts to float. Float to this, and then my range is a high of 0, I guess, and then a low of negative. I closed that one already, negative 40. Let's bring in the save. Bring in the peak meter again, and just see what my low is. Negative 40? Oh, I can't, because it's locked. This negative 40, yeah. So was that good? I feel like maybe that's good. Fine. Whatever. Negative 40 to 0. No, high of 0, low negative. And then ignore private, I guess. Otherwise, it'll be visible in the MIDI stuff. And then I want animation position here. And yeah, then the input is per one of these guys. So I feel like I can containerize some stuff here. is really messy. I feel like this is going to sit on the bottom. Let's tighten things up around here. This titles are on the bottom, on the top. Titles are on the top, but when I have my advanced or sophisticated system titles combined with readouts, don't have that happening right now. Let's just do some stuff here. This. Then figure out how this works. I'm going to tidy up the GUI here and figure out where things are going. Okay, so this goes on the bottom. 40 hertz goes on the bottom this side. What is first? First is response and then update rate. So that's right. And then hertz, I don't know, width. These aren't supposed to be writable. Width, hertz. This is writable, but doesn't need to be that big. As well, this probably doesn't need to be that big. I'm just going to go some default widths here. Not supposed to be writable. Doesn't need to be that tall. Poles width. Update rate does not need to be writable. And that goes down here. This doesn't need to be that tall. This doesn't need to be that tall. Response doesn't need to be that tall. Also not writable. Goes here. And then what is even this? This is, I don't know what that is. What is that? Poles, right? Okay, so poles somewhere here. I think poles is still super tall, eh? Okay, and then what is this? I think this is width. Shrink that down. This is my octave selector. Start with octave 3. Yes, this is the width. Let's go 1, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And of course, I don't know what colors to pick here. How big is that? That's fine. Okay, and this guy sits here. And this down here. Pull it forward. Make sure it is not read-only. Black is fine, I guess. Black on white. What are we looking at here? Why is the knob an uneven size? Whatever, I'll just stretch it to match these other guys. So I don't have any issues. Does it not stretch? Is the default for everything is off the grid? Why, Jeff? Why? Okay, so default for the most part, I guess. But of course I have to nudge everything a little bit. This needs to be BPM, and I can restrict that later. I thought, oh, this is a... Perhaps I might have gone the other way. As far as default sizes go. Okay, so this is not writable. I wish it would stop doing that. Bring that up, down. Okay, so that's still sort of not... 1, 2, just 1. Okay, it's big. Did I do these ones already? I don't think so. No. because I'm busy. Okay, and then this guy finally, I think, needs to come over. There. And then these are more comparable here. Responses first, right? So this guy sits here in my mind. This guy sits here. And then let's give it a little bit of buffer. And yeah, I always imagine these guys being vertical. But I probably have to snap to the grid, of course. So let's go like this. This is actually too high. And we'll go something like, I don't know. Let's say that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I need because that was another concept I had, was the sizing. So, can I just use paint for this? So E, and this is 1920 by 1080. Well, what is it, 1280 by 720? That's kind of big. I mean, I want it that big, but just maybe that's a little too big. What's in the middle here? So synth edit. Oh man. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to get my divisions by 3, divisions by 8, screen resolution. That's a new. Pyro, the one coming through on the Twitch, I guess. Sub. This list of true 16 nightmares. Yes. What's happening, Pyro? I'm just doing making some tools. What's with you? Okay, so what do I see here? 1280 by 720. And the next one down. And the next one down, 1024 by 576. What does that look like? Because I feel like maybe this is a little big. 1024 by 576. 1024, 576. It's not exactly half, though. Okay, so what is 1280 in half? Actually, 1024 in half. I'll make that my baseline 512. Okay. So E 512, 576, 5 is divided by 2, 288. So that's down here somewhere. How small is that? I feel like it's going to be small. 288. And then what, like double that is just ridiculously huge? 1024. Because the things have to stay the same size and then there's just going to be a buffer. Because I kind of want 2 octaves eventually, right? But I don't want to change the size of the readouts. I'll send a song. Okay, you're going to have to give me a moment to switch over. And you'll have to like throw your name in chat, otherwise I'm going to announce you as Pyro the One. Because it looks like there's... I can't read that, whatever you put in the name, the shout out. I don't know what that says. Okay, so give me a moment here to get prepped and then I'll get into it. I'm Bo. So, I was considering screen sizes, and I feel like that's not enough to really convey what I want. So I thought maybe I was just going to be able to grab one number, one size, and be like, okay, then here's 2. But I need like a range I don't want it to be too much bigger than each other kind of thing. And this is just kind of too small. So let's crank it up a little more. As far as fitting in a 1080 screen though, is that something I want to do? Do I want to limit myself to 1024? What is this again? 1024. Maybe this will be my max kind of thing, right? And what is it, 566? 576. So 576. So yeah, this will be my maximum size. Might as well, right? And then what did I have before? And this is half size of that? Is that too small though? Like if I have an indicator like this is going to be the actual size, right? And then it's going to sit in here. Then I'm going to have 12 of them. And then this is double, and then there'll be 24 of them. That should work. Maybe I'll bump it down one more size, like 896 by 504. And so I'm running with 512 right now, right? Okay, so redo. How do we redo Z? And what is this? 512. Okay, so that's my goal here. And then I'll have a 2-octave guy later. I don't really feel like I need to build it right now. Just give me some white and what is that? I don't know what that is. Where do I want this? In the skin? It's not part of deployment series though. So I don't really know what to call this. Utility series, I guess. I'll start a utility series. Okay, so JWP utility series. Is that how I've been naming it? Utilities? JWP utilities? It's got a ring to it, eh? JWP deployment line. It's supposed to be a deployment series. Oh my god. Oh, bugger. And as well, I can start naming these properly. So, something like that. Utilities is more appropriate to sort of the file name stash kind of thing. And this is screen size or display size, GUI size, and all, of course, all lowercase. Okay, and then I can bring that in here. Subcontrols. I want to use it here so it doesn't disappear into outer space kind of thing. Right here. Grab it from outer space. Outer space. Outer space is the new word. Play some music here in my background. No? No music for me? I didn't really switch anything around, so it should be fine. I just got to make sure that my background music doesn't bleed into my stream. Okay, so give me this, whatever this next. Is that running? Yeah, it's running off the stream. Okay. I could turn that down. P utilities, GUI size. Okay, and that's how big I want things to be. Wait a second, am I even going to be big enough? I wonder. I have to make it bigger. I didn't consider that. I should have made it blue. I'll just bring the rectangle in and then make it that a different color. So utilities, I don't know, like, I don't really want to like steal color branding. GUI is always such a thing. I should have like a sort of go-to for concept stuff. 8. Maybe like an ugly purple. I don't know. Whatever. And what I want to do is I'll size this up. And then I'll put it in a container so I don't accidentally change its size. Okay, so this guy. controls on parent. And of course, it always gets in the way, right? So those annoying things. Ooh, not what I wanted. Here. To the back, and then require 12 of these guys. Oh. This guy goes with this. With the pulls. Maybe here like that. Well, pulls is on the bottom, right? Whatever. Okay, and then this can sit here. Hopefully it fits. It does not. Of course not. Okay. And I can hug these guys right to the edge. I don't want to, though. So maybe, and look at this spelling's wrong. Update. Update. Push these over here instead, and then I can stack all that stuff in that corner. Like this, right to the bottom. Okay, and then these guys, I'll see how much I can get out of it. So I want one space down, right? I want a little bit of bleed here. Just take that right to tight and then up one. Is that enough space? It looks like it's hard to tell that space between that space. I feel like it should come up one more. And how fat can I make it before it falls apart here? Okay. And then is that as good as it gets? What's the front color though? I don't want red, green, blue. Green? I mean, I can change the color as it increases too, right? Green, blue, gray, like a dark gray. I also need a label for it too. So I'm going to need a little more space on the bottom. Gray, gray on white, black on white. Or white on black. Black on white, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And as I said, I'm going to need some labels for that. So for that, I will require text entry. I can just go here. I'll say this is C. And I'll match it up to the width of the thing here. But of course I'm going to need to make space for it, so let's get it into space. How do these guys go? They stack right on top of each other. Like that. Okay. This guy can come up and it might switch to the, that's what I was worried about. So I wanted to get this part done first. Okay, and then we'll go boom, 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 boom. There, we snap into place like that. That's still a lot of space there. That's like too much space. So I can come down 1 or 2 more. And then I can open up 1 or 2 more. I feel like maybe I can get away with 1 more vertical here. But then it's... No, I don't like that sizing. Okay. That works. Yeah. Yeah, okay. containerize all this stuff here. The C sits on the bottom. I'm gonna go like this, just so it represents what it actually is. I can't shrink it down. And that's not writable. Heading 3, it looks fine. Okay, and then I should really be doing some like field testing, but I'll get these first 4 in, and then I'll do some field testing before I multiply everything here, because usually there's always like this oversight, right? I don't know why these are sitting so crooked. Like, why is this jutting into that? As well, maybe I can like clean these up and just have one. This is response. And this is update rates. Then those can go in here. And then on the other side, we'll drop that. These guys can come here. And that's my thingy. Okay, and as well, I need this guy to be connected to this guy, right? And that's the first spot. So, okay, so what gets containerized? Almost all of it can, I guess. Like, a lot of this can, right? I don't know why I have everything sitting out in the open. So all of this, I feel like, can be containerized. Start there. Okay. Just grab everything. I said I wanted them underneath, right? So let's toss these guys out of the way. In fact, I gotta switch the skin to... It's not visible right now, so before I build, I'm gonna do it right now before I continue. Switch the skin. Oh man. I wanna at least get this 1 octave done, so I can have it for tomorrow, because I won't be doing 2 octaves for a little while. Come to think of it, that's going to take a little longer to do, right? When I do practice. Okay, and how well... Okay, so maybe this can also be... I can't, though, because I need a leader, right? This is the leader? Okay, so this is the leader. And then this can just go... like that. This is only for 4, right? As well, I just realized that the GUI should reflect the internals, right? In the past, my GUI has usually been on top anyway. Just considering what that means here. So I'll arrange these properly. Accordingly, properly. Poles, where's poles? Let's read out type. Comes down. I swear these GUI elements just keep getting in the way. I think because I'm building down. that. This is width. Where's poles? Up here. So this shouldn't be with the... Oh, because of the... Yeah. Okay, so I think I need a leader for that, right? Let's containerize that. Give me this, and then I'll containerize that. And then I'll put a pylon here. And this is, cut this here, delete that. Where did the readout, like the name, go? Oh, it's in the down more. Okay, so I'll just uncontainerize all this. And I forgot the other bit, so I'll just unwrap it when I get down here. Pulls on the bottom, right? Uncontainerize, pulls here. Oops. Down, over. It's fine. Okay, so this is another anchor. I just got it all lined up and then I'm throwing it out of whack again right away. It's fine. Is it really that crooked? There? There. Okay, so and that's everything that needs to get copied over. However, it still doesn't have its... These guys. Yeah, so these are kind of in the right place. Eh? They're over here somewhere. These guys aren't lined up, though. Okay, and then this is there. I might need another anchor. Oof, that's big. I wasn't expecting it to be that big. Let's grab all this stuff out of here. Drop that, move these over. Update rate and response. Response is second like this. These can probably even just come over here like that. Since they are in fact on the other side anyway. In fact, there's going to be 12 of them, so they're going to have to be like way over here. And of course the GUI is getting in the way again. I'm just going to stuff it in the corner. We'll get it later when I need to. No, it won't be in the way until if ever I make it to that bottom corner. So all these guys are sitting right. Ugh. Could almost copy this first again. Okay, so paste. Response, no? Okay, no, that's not what I wanted. Did it drop its thing? It didn't though. Is it really in the opposite order here? Oh, because they're upside down there? Response update rates. Response update rates. These are backwards. Response update rates. Okay, and then plug them in here. Response updates. Tidy this. Oh, they'll never be on the same. Unless I go like this. Okay. It's just a little crooked. Okay, so this is pretty hefty. I almost want to just take them off, controls on module. I think I will. In fact, so that I can get some more compact usage here. I think I actually need another signal. Good. Because I don't like that webbing. It's cleaner. Okay, and then I'll go into these. They're not labeling. C sharp. This is C sharp, D, and D sharp. Oh, yeah, these don't come from here. These come from here. That's the whole point of the algorithm. Okay. So maybe these don't even have to sit down here. They could probably sit up here. Right. Liana 603 coming through. I'm not sure if I said that name right. What's happening, Liana? Yeah, I feel like I could get away with that. Let's do that. Thanks for the follow. That. And then that. And finally this guy. And these guys can come up here like that. Then I can tighten things, right? Just gotta make sure space is consistent. Ooh. I feel like everything is like lopsided like this. So bring this guy forward. Okay, now I got more of a level eye, so to speak. And then bring it in to just touching. Okay, and then like that. It's good. Am I done? I think I'm done, eh? I think I'm ready for a test. Okay, this can stay down here-ish, like there-ish. I think it sits on the bottom here, though. So keep things sort of relative to the GUI. How's the GUI look? Oh, it looks awful. So horizontal space wasn't really a consideration. It should be fine. I'll just space things out. How I imagine. I'm so colorblind, this gray looks green. Okay, that. I think. Whoa. Oh, whoa. Yeah, that should be like that. There's lots of space there. I shouldn't have to worry about horizontal space as far as the 12. I think there's still a big space here. Okay. And then it's all of them. Yeah. And then sitting right on the top, a down one and over. And maybe I can get this FL like loading at least. So let's go refresh whilst I wait for the other FL. It's open now. So I gotta wait for this one to finish, and maybe I'll just do a BRB whilst this loads. Did it finish? No, it's still going. Yeah, so BRB until that's done. Right then. So it's loaded. Now the purpose here is to see how well this works. Audio note detector. I don't even know how well this is going to work. Oh, I tried to open a generator. What? Try again. Okay, so it doesn't show. Why is it so small? What? Why? Maybe I didn't move around the background. So like I lined up the background, but I didn't like calibrate it. Yeah, I didn't calibrate it. Okay. Ooh. Give me one of these. Okay, and then like that. Okay. Now it'll build proper size. Oops, not save as. It'll save after it builds. Or before I build. Okay, it is not. It is running. It's running as a generator. Okay, and then bring it in. I don't even know what default width I have set. So yes, it's gonna build anyway. A default width of 0. It's not good. Plus, I just realized like with the width coming in, what's the default for the width? Because the default for the... Does this combine with the width? It does not. Okay. So the default width is whatever the variable is set to. So I gotta open it up. It's quite close. I think there'll have to be like a minimum amount there. Okay, so it's time for the moment of truth here. Is this gonna be a viable tool? Let's see. So I gotta bring in my microphone. No. Mic check. Nothing. Turn this off. What is it set to? I think it's set to... Yeah, so I want that to the microphone here. But I'll kill the output because I can hear it, which I don't want. I'm not sure why I can still hear it. Okay. None. Do you accept? You don't accept none? Okay, so just mute. Input 1 and 2. Just 1. Mono. Okay, let's bring it online. No? Maybe I gotta go octave. Oh, because of the width. Okay, so let's go, I don't know. Let's try octave, 1 octave. That's like super low. Okay, give me a higher octave because I can't hit those notes. Let's get it calibrated because that's kind of high. So this is a sine. Let's send it through here. This is track 1, right? Yeah. I just want to just assign, and we'll see where things are sitting here. What is my note sitting at? C by major. Let's just go piano. octave 3, I think. 3, 4. I'm looking at 4. I'll start with 3 here. Oof, that's dirty. That's so wide. Because that's a sign, right? That should just be 1. Oh, it's got all those other things. Yes. No, I did already kill bulls. What are you seeing? Span. Okay, so give me what you're seeing. Nothing? Oh, because it doesn't have an output. Bugger. Move this up. Okay, now it's also seeing my microphone. What is this? That's a B. It should be a C. It is a C. C3. So that's where that's calibrated to. Maybe it's too wide. Give me that. A little better. Okay, give me like a super slope, steep slope. Still really loose. 0.25. Let's tighten it up. Still really loose. I don't know if it's the filters. Better. 0.05. It's really tight. Okay, so that's better. So if I'm singing, it'll be like, ooh, ooh. I'm on octave 4 though, so I should be way up here, right? No? Maybe it's too tight? Still can't see it. What the hell? It's like down there somewhere. Maybe it's too many poles. Is it higher than that? Oh, that's hard. Okay, 0.25. Okay, I think it's just too loose. Ooh, can I do like a lower octave? So it's off by an octave, I think. That's a C sharp. Why is it so thick? Is my voice actually thinner than a sine? Ooh, it kind of does look like it, eh? So 0.1 is pretty calibrated. Maybe I should see like what the filters are doing. That's a G. Or is that a C? It's a C. 0.05. Which doesn't seem to matter how tight it is. What about 0 here? You can see more start to come in, eh? 0.1 seemed to be good. Okay, and then if I tighten it up even more, yeah. What about peak here? What does that do? Very responsive. For some reason, it's off by a whole bunch of octaves, though. I think it's just my math on the low end. So what I'll do is I'll drop it, and then I'll put it through so I can figure out what it's doing here as far as what the notes are doing. And I'm gonna... It's fine, it's not outputting anyway, I don't think. No, okay. Okay, so what's wrong with my math to start with? They're there, right? But it's off by a whole octave, almost. Like 2 whole octaves, in fact. And these are just adding to it. 0, 1, 2, 3, right? Those are just the points. I don't know why my math is off. Width kind of doesn't matter. Are these right? Octave, yes. Octave to hertz, width, hertz. It's obviously going into pitch, right? This is obviously going into width, yes. It's quite apparent. Okay, so I'll just do a through. With that, I want an alt mod. And with that, I don't need a divided anymore because... But I do need 2 of them, right? For a double signal. I think maybe I do want an out thing here. Like that. And then just makes it easier for me later. Figure out what these filters are doing to the signal. Okay, and then of course, yeah, that doesn't work like that. I don't need it to. Right, I don't need it to. Oh, but not like that. I do need it to on that side. I don't need a 2 on this side. There. And then this is 2. And that's an out. And that'll give me a through-way. I can see exactly what these filters are seeing. But what's up with my math? Like, it doesn't seem like it's adding it properly. It is, though. Right, it's sending and then it's combining. It's just not enough for it, or maybe I did something as far as calculating wrong. As far as... Because I feel like it's a whole bunch of octaves down, or maybe it's just the filters. We'll see. I'll do a build and determine what's going on there. That. Okay, yes. I mean, there's gonna be some bleed over, but I was hoping it would be able to get some more zeroing in than just what that is. Okay. So give me... It's a through now, so I can hear it. Check. Check, check. Well, I don't really need to hear it, do I? I can see it. I'll use noise. And see what kind of signal's making it through here. So many things on top of each other. That's not very good. Can I open it up a little bit? It's like it's self-oscillating or something. What's wrong with it? So yeah, that's the full signal, right? got an input, not output. It doesn't have an input here though. Maybe it's too tight. Octave. There we go. Yeah, because there was no hertz there, I guess. 12. Open it up here. Those aren't very far apart, I guess. Look at that. I mean, that makes sense that it's that note range, but... Open it up. Tighten it up. Let's try hertz. Let's say about 100. 10. Okay, so I made a mistake there. I thought I removed this. Oh, yes. Okay, so I got to open that ability to be wider up. So we'll say, I don't know, low of 10 to a high of 10,000. Another build. Okay. Save file, yes. And again, still the octave looks really, really low. I want to see what's coming out of there. Let's see what value is coming out and going into pitch. Controls, voltmeter, before it converts over, right? Because these are... This turns into volts. That is volts, right? This turns into volts. Or it's still octave, yes. And then it comes in here and goes into here, and then it comes out here, which adds another note to it, and then it goes octave to hertz, which makes sense. But before it does, I want to see what it is. Maybe I'll even look at both. Okay, and I don't know which is which. It'll be pretty apparent once they start spitting out numbers. Oh, excuse me. Actually, I could probably even do it in the sandbox here. Let's try 2.25. 65 hertz. Which is like around C3, right? 65 hertz. Yeah, it's pretty much C2. Oh, so that's where I want it. So that's not a 2. No, that's not a 3. That's a 2. So I'm going to change these numbers. So here. This is 2, 3, 4. So it doesn't like cooperate with the MIDI note, right? So say if I play, give me a sign, if I say C3, that's C3, but I'm like, oh, oh, oh. So what is my... Oh, I guess so. That's pretty much where I am. I can do 3 octaves? Oh, yeah, 3 octaves makes sense. So, but I gotta like display 3 octaves. Man, that's hardcore. But I can't like hit the high ends of the octaves. I think I could probably do like D high, D4. Oh, yeah, I break out about D4. E4 is where my upper end. So it's pretty much just 2 octaves. I mean, I could probably add them later, do a 3 octave guy, but I'll never be. I don't know. I could probably eventually hit like this. I don't know, A5, A4. I don't know what is more. What is the? I don't know. I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm just going to continue with this empty. Okay. Is it though? Yes. Export. Okay. What did I change? I can't remember. Save file first. Yes. I just put these guys there. Okay. See how comparable they are. Okay, so give me this. Why is that so quiet? Oh, because the filter thing's there. Okay. 100. Why is that so brutal now? Switch to octave. So octave would be 0.83333. Right, that's one note. It's not showing up here. Now it is. It's 130. That looks right though. Oh, is that where I am? I thought it was down more. And it's pretty low. So I think maybe I'm up here more. Not seeing it. Oh, what's on? Oh, yeah, that's too low. Oh, no wonder. Oh, 65. That's too low. I'll keep it anyway for now, just to have some crazy low octave. Okay, so let's go remove that, and I'll just install the other octaves. So 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. So that's right. I'll add a couple more. 4, 2, 5, 5, 2, 5. Okay, this is annoying with the tabbing. And 6, 2, 5. I don't know why I'm adding those ones. Pretty much just for reference, I guess. Do 4, 5, 6. Okay. Do another build. Okay, is it running? It's not. Save file, yes. Octave 2 is crazy low. Okay. But again, I think my filters are just kind of dirty. I don't know. They do increase as they go, though. So that's why the math and stuff is there. But maybe they're not supposed to. But I mean, imagine they're supposed to, because the distance between, say, A2, it's like 110, right? And then A3 is 220. And then A4 is 440, so that's like a whole 100 difference. So they should be increasing. Yeah, so let's go octave. We'll just do, which should be just 0. Or no, it doesn't, because this is the base amount. So 0.8. And then that's the base amount, right? And is it running already? It is. Okay, but I want octave 3. And let's push some noise through it and see what it's coming out with. Okay, so can't really tell. It's so jittery. Will it make more sense in the higher octaves? Because they're more defined, right? So where are these sitting? These must be sitting around like a C, C sharp, D, E. So why does the last one jump so high? So put that. make it kind of thick up there, right? And how come it doesn't display anything? Shouldn't it be displaying? Maybe they're not loud enough? Is that why they're not? That's why they're not loud enough. Okay, so I'm going to have to recalibrate that to a lower amount. Okay, so what about a tighter pull? Looser. Okay, give me hertz. 100. It's totally 50. 10, because it's multiplying as it goes up, right? So I think down an octave 2-ish. It's just so rumbly down here. I can't. I guess the best way to see this might be because the span is not giving a very good representation of the low end. Let me go with a wave candy and use the spectrum. That'll give me a better representation of things. Some max bands on a higher scale. dB range lower, higher. It just looks a little gibberishy. Okay, push me back up to the higher range. There we go. Higher still. So yeah, the higher it goes, the more refined it is. Give me an octave. Note by octave. It looks like there's something wrong with the in-between bit here. Why is it jumping up a note? Four. 2. Okay. That's why it's jumping up. Okay, so let's go 3 by 3. So that is 3. I don't know how that 4 snuck in there. Okay. Let me drop this and bring it back. Oh man, I still gotta quit. Every day it's like this. I gotta do studying and I get carried away by other things that I actually want to do. Well, not want to do, but... Okay. Then bring it in. Okay, so now things should be where they need to be. So octave by 1 note. And then we'll push the hertz up. So it just looks like grainy, like there's nothing there. Needs to be tighter, maybe. Needs to be louder, perhaps. Didn't really seem to help. It's not even running anything, that's why. It just looks all crazy down here. As well, too, I'm going to readjust the depth, right? So say if I am working my microphone and it's just like, where's my talking range? 24? So I'm just like 30. I guess that's why I'm showing up. So let's go octave 3 here. Go I require span because I can't see on this. It's great for like a good reading, but for the most part it's kind of not that great. And I'll put it before. Still not as sensitive as I'd like it to be. Maybe it's 2. No. What's half of a note? So 12, or 1 divided by 12, 1 divided by 12, divided by 2 is that, 0, 4, 1, 6, blah, blah, blah. Give me that. Pretty good. I think maybe I just need to calibrate it a little lower. Okay, what about tighter then? I was going to remove the functions, but maybe I'll keep them in. Same with hertz. I don't know about hertz. Because it seemed like 10 hertz is like too much already. Because like 100 hertz is like super wide. What about in higher octaves though? Yeah, like I'd say it's from like 1 to 10. And same with octave would probably be like that, half to an 8/3. Okay, so let's say, just for spitballing, I'm probably gonna have to do a couple of rounds anyway. So we'll say a low 1 to 10, and then octave is this number, this half. Maybe I'll do quarter. So chop this in half again. No, I want this to be the base amount here. Like that, and then I'll say times 2. That's the high. Okay, and that's where it's pretty much at. So I feel like that's calibrated to sort of usable ranges. For now. Can I do these low octaves? I can't, eh? It's like Nate Dogg level. Yo. I can't. It's just too low. So that's sort of the range, maybe like 6. I feel like 6 is probably. So this is default here, and then 6 is there. I don't even know if I want to keep hertz. Maybe I'll make octave the default value. I think that'll be on top. Okay, so let's go like that. Okay, and then let's finish it up so it's ready for tomorrow. At least one octave. As I said, I was going to switch these guys around. So I pull the top one. That, plug it into the bottom. Hertz is now on the bottom. And then... should I maybe call it note instead? And then just sort of rescale it to a note? Cents? Because I feel that what's going on here? Okay, so these also have to be flipped. Gotta pull the top one. That's the bottom one. It's here. No, that's animation position. So I want it to be animation position. Hertz is up. As well, this is upside down. This one is value though, because it's the number readout, and this is hertz. Okay, and then like I said, do I want to translate this to note or cents? Because note is kind of hard to understand. Cents makes more sense as far as like 100 cents as a note. I'll just leave it octave. It's a little confusing for those who don't know, but for those who do, tidy this up a bit here. And then I'll default it. Poles default is 6. Then I can start expanding this stuff. Okay. That's an output, so I'm going to keep that. And that's my, what's it called? Pylon. My leader. So bring the leader down here. Okay. So lots to do here. Keep this output off to the side. Just right here is fine. Then I want everything and the leaders and the outputs. Yes, it's a little confusing because this chunk is on the other side. That's the output leader. Okay, and then like these guys are stacked against each other. So let me just do this. Check that. Hopefully I can make it to the panel before dropping everything. Yeah, I did. Good. And as I said, I'm going to have to tighten things up, right, in order for it to fit, because that's not going to fit with 4 more. So I got to drop all this first. And then tighten these up first before copying them. So I think 1, 2. And this will be 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I can copy them. Okay, so everything like that. Copy and paste. I'll go horizontally. Again, I want to hit to the panel before letting go of those. Might have to recenter things, but that's no big deal. It looks like it'll just fit. I might as well wire them in now. So this guy goes here. This is, what is this, polls? Oh. What happened? Of course it did. Give that a save before something else weird happens. Oh, this isn't a leader, this is... It's fine, I'll push the leaders into leaders. Doesn't matter, these are more anchors than leaders anyway. Okay, so that's wired in. Again, perhaps it's just faster to maybe bring this guy here. And I need these coming from over here somewhere. And that's it. One more time. And then I gotta change some numbers and it's done. How much space do I got left? Okay, so I have a reasonable amount of space. And then leaders to leaders again, because I can do that, right? Like that. Oh, I forgot to move my stuff on the panel. This here. And this stuff there. It's crooked. Things are a little crooked here and there. So perhaps I can get things lined up so they straighten. So they're straight through. There. And whilst I have these guys selected, I'll do the GUI. Is it gonna fit? Barely. It actually looks like I have a little bit of space on the other side. A little bit extra space over here. It's tight right there. Can I just grab it? I can. Is that all? No. Let's save. It is not. Okay, let's try again. How's that? No. It's not going to work. It has to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's just give the edge a bit of space. It's fine. Bugs me a little bit. One, 2, 3, 4. That's so annoying. It's fine though. Okay, and then I had them selected, but now I gotta reselect them. And does this move? I don't know if that moves. I don't think it does. This stuff moves, right? There. Why does it lean like that? Not quite. There. Okay. Done. I just got to do the numbers now. Okay, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I almost want to have like a fixed values. But I mean, by the time I make it to getting those things, it won't even be worth it. Because like I'll have to connect and say 3. 3, right? Or 4? 4. Okay, so 4. And continuing along. Is that all I have to do with them? 5. Is there anything else I'm supposed to change between them? Oh, the letters, right? 5. 6. Gotta get in there and change the letters. 6. 7. 7. Oh yeah. Why is it all crooked over here now? I lost track of where I was. 7, 7, so 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. 10. 11. And 11. Okay, so final. And then I can call it a day. Hopefully. Build. Is it running? It is not running. Okay. Save file, yes. Now building. Done building. Bring it in. Moment of truth. Of course, I'll maybe start on the lower octave because I don't. Oh, the middle octave because I can't hit the high octave, right? Okay, so I want octave 3. I forgot to drop the numbers. I don't know. I don't like it. Let's try 12. It's not very tight. Maybe it's like that. Is that tighter? I think that's wider though, right? So it's got like, but why does it stop at the D? Like, how come I can see C and D, but I can't see D sharp? Let's try something and oh, it's CD. I forgot to do the letters. So a little more stuff to do. I'll drop the noise range and I'll fix the letters. But for now, let's see what kind of performance it gives. Okay, so let's tighten it up. Give me 6. PPM, peak. Let's go peak. It's really sensitive, eh? Let's try to loosen it up a bit more. I don't know. I would like it to just like zero in, but it doesn't quite zero in. That's right. I don't know. What does the noise show? What happens if I push some noise through it? What kind of filter does it give me? Okay, I want this where it go. And that's not what I want to see. I want to just minimize that because that's distracting. That doesn't really help anything. What is even that? It just looks like garbly. Okay, so I'll switch to a sine. Like that. And then I'll start playing it. Okay, so boom. What is this? C? C3. Okay, so these are exact notes, right? Like these are like laser sharp. I mean, they're supposed to be. I think my microphone's kind of dirtying it up a little bit. So these are laser. Okay. Yeah, like laser sharp. But there's like aliasing in there. Isn't there like a high quality? Is it on? High quality. Okay, try again. It's still really aliasing. Ever gross. C. So that's C. Is that not? That's D. Okay, so it's C sharp. So it's pretty but can I get it tighter? Tighter still? Kinda, not really. Super loose. Let's try super loose. Yeah, that doesn't help. 8, 12. Oh, because this is what's coming out of the filter, right? I forgot about that. So let's see. Well, it doesn't matter because I can't actually. What does it look like? That's pretty clean. So whatever my filters are doing are dirtying it up. That's what's going on here. Let's try hertz, I guess. 1. It doesn't. You can't even display it. Whoa, it's oscillating. That's not good. Let's try 10. That's really clean. Nice. Is that what I want? Let's try. No. Oh, I need to see my span because I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, that's really good. Where is even that? Huh. And it's not very loud too. Maybe I can have like an input knob so that I can turn up the volume. I can give it more juice, right? So many like fixes that I gotta do. That's really clean though. I really like that. How clean that is. So that's a width of 10. So why can't Octave do that? Is that too big for it? Ooh, yeah, that must be too big. So I'll do a quarter size of a note because that's like the width of a note. That's half the width of a note. That's the I don't know, the spacing between the hertz. Okay, so give me 1 divided by 12 equals that. Divide that by 2 gives me that. Divide that by 2, and that's that, whatever that is. Okay, so, and then the maximum is still a whole note, which is fine. Again, it's a little confusing for someone who doesn't know what an octave is. Did I? And then the maximum value is a full note. And then when I was down here, it was actually oscillating as a hertz, right? So maybe I should... Microphone, right? It starts to oscillate. Yeah, look at it. That's so dirty. That's why it keeps... It kind of holds it a little bit. Don't know, but it's oscillating. Internally, it's like cycling it. So when does that stop too? Am I not triggering anything? Still oscillating. Okay, so let's try 5. Because 10 is sort of the magic number, right? But I want to make it so if there's an end user, they're not going to hurt themselves. Still a little bit of self-oscillation, but I feel like 5 is a decent point. Should I open it up to like maybe 15? Well, 10 is kind of the magic number though. I like 10 by 12 because that gives me a really clean signal. Let's try something with something else, like as far as maybe a square or a triangle. A triangle has 3 harmonics, right? So let's see what that looks like. Okay, let's try something like really dirty, like a saw. What do you see? Still really zeroes in, eh? I almost feel like it's lying to me. Because that's kind of too good to be true, almost. It works. I mean, don't look the gift horse in the mouth. whatever that means. Okay, so the low end is 5 by 10 because 10 is a nice number. Anything else? Oh, I got to do the letters. So more menial plugging away here. Where are the letters? They are in here. So C, D, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E. And then E sharp, is that a thing, E sharp? I don't think it is, right? Because, yeah, there's the 3 keys and then the 2 white keys beside each other. That's an E. So then we jump to F. And then F sharp. And I said I was going to lower the noise floor. F sharp. Do I really want to? And I was going to add a gainer. Maybe a limiter? No, let's not get carried away. F sharp. F sharp G. G sharp. G sharp. Comes after G sharp. A. And A sharp B. B. Right then. Okay, so then I want to drop the noise floor. I was in there, I could have did it. How much more do I really want though? And if I have a gainer, I don't really need to drop the noise floor. What's easier? I think just adding a gainer. There's not really any space on the GUI though. How responsive is it? Let's see. Like, because I'm just doing like a regular volume kind of thing. So we're where we want to be, octave 3. So that's, what am I coming in at? 21. I feel like if I, what do I like whisper? It still picks it up, eh? Yeah, it still kind of finds it really loud. No, it's not. Doesn't even seem to really help it. So I say gainer is probably the best idea, opposed to dropping the floor. Yeah. And then where can I insert that so I don't have to redo it a million times? I think right after the multiply. Okay, oh, but I don't have room on the GUI, do I? I can make it like a slider. Louder kind of thing, huh? Forget it. It's done. I got the letters. If I really want a gainer, I'll deal with it. Okay. Let's finish a build here. Export. I'm going to turn this off and this will be ready to go for tomorrow. Let's see, font first. Yes. What are the juice? 4 o'clock right on the money. Okay, so I just want to make sure that the letters have been updated and everything's good to go for tomorrow's. And of course I left my default, yeah. Oh, let's actually check this out, right? Octave 3. Oh. So that's not actually different. Let's go. Okay, so I gotta set these, what was it, 6 or 12? I think it's 12, right? 10 by 12. So I got to flip these guys around again, set the default to 3. Because apparently I like hertz more now. It's a default 3. Then drop octave here, octave here, octave here, and then octave octave, octave, okay. Octave. I actually don't even really need controls. They could almost be like on a separate panel, like options or something. Something to consider. Guess that's all done. Oh, these are twisted around. That's what I'm forgetting. It hasn't changed its names yet. That's it. One session, one plugin. Oh, this needs to be default 12, I feel like. Let's see how it handles like the lower ranges. Okay, say file use. Because these filters aren't very good in the lower ranges, but I mean, am I really hitting 30 hertz? Am I that low? I think so, eh? I think that's how low that is. Almost inhuman. Okay, so the defaults are there. Because it's not defaulted. Yeah, you pretty much know how to nail it, eh? Because I guess that's where the filter sits too, right? It's so sensitive. Okay, so let's try this lower guy stuff. It's not very good on the lower stuff. Actually is with a tighter band. Let's go 3. It's pretty good. I like it. Especially on peak. Let's try peak. Actually, I feel like I should drop it. Because like there's other stuff in there and I can tell better where it's sitting. Sounds something more like this. But more like this. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I want to switch this to peak. Is peak better? No. I think PPO is better. Yeah. I think I like PPM more. Drop that. And then I'm going to pull these guys down by like a whole half. And then I'm going to call it. Or, it's -80? Really like that much? I feel like that's really dirty. I thought I had 60 in mind, so let's go 60. But I realized too that don't know how the scaling goes. Oh, I can just do it from here. So 60, because I want to see like where my variation is, not just if I'm nailing it or not. I could probably even like calibrate that, eh? I just realized, can I? No, I can't. It's not a calibratable. Because once these are in, they're in. I could put like a float limiter, but that doesn't help with animation position. It's a little disappointing. I mean, I could put some other support tools in, like a frequency analyzer. Alright. So controls, the only problem with frequency analyzer is that it's like always black. Can never get a better readout out of it. So like that. And then like there's no space for it either. Like you can never sit behind things. Once it activates, it gets greedy and jumps to the front. Alright. Save. Oh, you can. But I don't know how much that really helps. Yeah, because there's no like alignment for things. As far as C, like where is C kind of thing. And then it'll just look like that. I can define it more. Plus it's greedy. Like, look at how low that. It's brutal. dB high, dB low. Nah. It's more of a distraction than it is any sort of help. Okay, so final test. Let me jump back over here. Okay, save file, yes. Save file, yes. So the defaults are in, they're not in because the width isn't big. Okay, let's make the width bigger. Then BPM 60 hertz looks good. Do it again. Just because I want it ready to go. I don't want to have to fiddle with anything. Then I can get through vocal therapy in the morning and jump into other stuff. Okay. So now I should be able to see a better response. Yeah, like it's a little more distracting, but at least I'll be able to tell if I'm getting closer or further. I'm almost played out. It's too slow. Speed it up. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. I still feel like it's a little not as sensitive as I'd like it to be. So I'll do is I'll just see, because I know I'm going to be louder and I have a limiter, so I can slap it after my limiter, but I just want to see here. Is it ever noisy? Why is it so noisy? Oh, because the mic's turned up? I think PPM's a little better. It's just not as responsive. Maybe I can turn on peak and then turn down response. Ooh. Give and take, give and take. Okay, so I think something like that's best. It's still really noisy though, like everything is so... I wasn't really doing that before. Ooh. for real. Let's do an actual session with it. I mean, I don't have my mask. I'm being noisy anyway. It's daytime. Just go ahead. Close this. I'll just save it as, let's say, what is this called? Audio note detector testing detector. Okay, and then this goes to the local workflow. No. FLP 225 utilities. What is even in utilities? I can't remember. So, yeah, whatever. Select folder. Make a new folder, that's fine. Okay, and then give me C major vocal therapy. I actually have to kick this up into 192. I don't know how well anything is going to handle. Oh, it's already there. Does it save with like the program? Okay. Give me this, and what is my output to that? Will that come through the stream though? I don't think that'll come through the stream. So give me this, and then that'll go a little overbearing for the system, but we'll see how well it handles it. Off, on, check. Yeah, it's like super delayed. Okay, so I'll just push that through my headphones, and then I'll lock the stream onto my headphones. Oh, there's also I gotta get some headphones here, because Bluetooth also creates delay, and delay just bothers me like crazy. Okay. I need the extension, because this is just too short. I don't have any other headphones on hand. Give me this into there. This into there. Pop these up here. These come in here. It's a little tight. I think it's just looped funny. I don't know how it managed to get in that little loop, but it did. Okay. Then let's go. Does this? No, I gotta reset this first. Okay, and then that. There we go. Then the stream is gonna get gotta reload it. That kill the microphone. Okay, so now it's just this, right? Still a little bit of lag. It's kind of bugging me. This big. Check. Okay, so that's like perfect with me. And the lip sync on the stream might be funny, but whatever. Okay, so let's do this. I want practical application. Where's this thingy? This, and then this, and then it's not there. It's over here. This right there. I don't have an override for the filters. Maybe that's another one. Bypass, or just straight through right now that it's calibrated. So sidechain for now. and then this guy can go over here. This guy does not go there. This guy. I'll just do the bypass now so I don't have to. I don't think I'll need any more calibration. Okay. Head back here. So I can just chop this. No. They're all like sending independently. Of course they are. And I can't containerize this, right? I can containerize everything. Like this. Containerize that and then uncontainerize the chop. I don't know. It needs the single in. That's a given. So there's 3 sets. Why am I only seeing 2 outputs? Here's the second one. Okay. So what I'll do, just to like have them there in case I want to make a bypass. And then containerize. And then I can just cut it here, right? And I don't have to sacrifice any modules for that. And I can make my through. This can just go in the garbage. Actually, let's bring it over here. And then I can just make my IO mod there. Like that. And then there's a bypass. Well, there's a through. There's no... Actually, that's not a really good bypass because that kills stereo, right? So, does it? It doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay. Stereo is intact. Let's go export, and then I want to be done with it. Be done with it, and go eat some food, and do some studying. And maybe turn down my headset. Well, I kind of want it this loud. Let's see. Throughway. Show me the throughway. Sounds like it got like louder. Give me octave. I'm pretty sure I'm working in octave 2. Let's see. Okay, zoom, zoom, and go. I can't even hear myself. It's so loud. Do. Plus, it's a different microphone. I just realized that. I don't want to put on the mask because then I'll have to clean it again. Let's do this. Let's see what this is outputting as far as the notes. And then give me a sign, high quality. Is it octave 3? It is. Okay. So I'm working in octave 3 then. Give me the triangle. Send this back to 2. I forgot it reaches from C to C, so I need one more. Oh. Duh. It's fine. It works fine. I mean, it's a little unresponsive. What else we got here? DC fast. That doesn't do anything though. Yeah, just blanks it out. These are the only two I get. Something like that. No, the buffers. Just chill. Okay. I'll keep these headphones on for now, I guess. Oh, I gotta do a bunch of editing too. Okay, so just give me the extra C and then I'll call it a day. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be a tight fit. Tightly tiger. What am I looking for here? This guy here. Pitch. Oh, they're already plugged in. Okay, but they need to be plugged in here. Width there. And then response. Can I just piggyback here? Can I? Okay, and then those are done. That is done. This needs to be C again. And then I can hear myself and it's kind of distracting. Okay, go from here to there. Did I get them all? Nope. And of course, they're not quite snapping, right? Did I grab this one? I did. Okay, so super tight. Yeah, let's go like that. No, I don't want this one. Thank you. And then this. Is enough space? No space. Not enough space. And then if I move everything over one, it's gonna have a whole bunch of extra space. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Good. Good. I can leave it jagged. I can tighten up my corners. I cannot expand the background, the canvas. I can move everything by like 4, but that's horrid. I can tighten up my reader. Why is this crooked? If I go by, if I reduce it, oh, this won't fit though. It's just like at the extreme length. I can go by 4. Again, just by shifting it by 4. Nope. Give me this one. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it just barely fits. It's awful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this. And then oh, I don't know where. I gotta snap it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3. So I got like this little sliver of space. Awful. I still gotta do the math for it. I can still hear myself. It's so weird. 11, 12. Okay. Shubby. What's it still running? I gotta close that down. What is this insert? Did it record something? Dropping that out. And then, yeah, it seems to, like, lose some gain. I don't know why. Is there, like, multiple... Is it doubling somewhere? It's not, though. Like, it should just go straight through, right? I don't know why it's giving me more gain. The BNA2 coming through. Thanks for the follow. Yo, how's it going? It's a go one. Just finishing up. Save file first. Yes. Oh, that's so ugly. But I don't want to have to go in there and be like, oh, this squish. This and that and squish. Okay, let's try this. Hope today's going smoothly. It's been... morning was rough, but smoothed out yet. What's up with you? Okay, so let me... You're probably not going to like this part, but yeah, I got to do this. Okay. Ouch. Looking for some music feedback. Yeah, if you can throw it in the form. Yeah, this is just vocal practice. I'm supposed to, it's like your larynx is like a muscle, so when you sort of exercise it properly, it snaps. It's like auto-tune. You snap into those notes. That's why when someone's singing and they say, oh, they sound flat or sharp, that's because they don't practice. And this is practice. I'm prepping for the morning. I want to do this every morning. Again. But yeah, if you'll fill out the form, the link is in the description of the stream. And if you need me to throw it in the chat, let me know. Let me know when you've got it filled out. Until then. So I'm doing C major. Let's do C major. And let's do it manually. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, give me this. Ooh. Set up. So because C is sitting here and C is sitting there, I can't see, no pun intended, the other notes. Like I'm trying to figure out where I am, but I can't see if I'm lower or higher. So I think I might have to rebuild this and just do like 3 octaves. But for tomorrow it should be fine. Next session is I'm gonna have to add 2 more octaves so I can see below and above and see like where I am. This one little snapshot isn't enough for me to zero in where I am. How's the like workload for it? That's kind of greedy, not gonna lie. That's kind of greedy. I don't know why it's so greedy. Maybe because I'm running in like super high quality, right? So let's get out of super, but I always have to. because I need low latency. So yeah, let me drop this. Oh, what? I recorded one sample. Did I? Just delete it. Yeah, just give me a moment to get set up here. I gotta switch back to microphones, this, that, and the other thing. Check out my website, jwpsite.com, for my social links, latest news and updates, and public offerings. If you'd like to help support what I do, check out my GoFundMe, JWP Fund, or my PayPal, jwpmas@gmail.com. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, whatever makes you click or appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Until next time.